Imagine a world where the best-selling car brand on Earth finally decides to go all in on electric family SUVs, and does so years after its rivals. It almost sounds absurd, right? But this isn't some far-flung scenario. It's happening right now. Toyota, the company that brought us the Prius and forever changed how we think about hybrids, is making its biggest electric bet yet. The stakes? Nothing less than the future of family transport, and maybe even the fate of Toyota in a rapidly electrifying world. Why has Toyota, the global king of hybrids, waited so long to tackle the EV segment that families crave most? And will its carefully orchestrated but undeniably late entrance completely upend the three-row electric SUV market? Or will it be too little, too late against already dominant names like Tesla, Rivian, Hyundai, and Kia? In the next few minutes, we're going deep on the story behind Toyota's EV awakening. We'll unpack the history, the strategy, the new battery tech that could change everything, and the fierce competitive battle about to erupt over your family's driveway. And at the end, you might see the electric SUV landscape in a whole new light. Let's start at the beginning. Why does the three-row SUV matter so much, and how did we get here? For nearly a century, Americans have been obsessed with the idea of the family hauler. Picture the 1935 Chevy Suburban, a hulking box on wheels, built for hauling people and luggage across boundless landscapes. It wasn't glamorous, but it was functional. As decades rolled on, this idea evolved. Station wagons reigned supreme for a time, then minivans like Chrysler's Town & Country took center stage in the 80s and 90s, offering more seats with less macho attitude. But in the 1990s, something changed. SUVs, once the domain of outdoorsy types and ranch owners, went mainstream. Suddenly, families wanted vehicles that looked tough, felt safe, and could handle soccer practice or a ski trip with equal ease. Models like the Ford Explorer and Toyota's own 4Runner became as common as apple pie. They offered the American dream, independence, adventure, and endless cargo space. Toyota's role in this saga can't be overstated. The Highlander set the bar for hybrid SUVs, giving eco-conscious families a way to cut fuel bills without giving up space. Fast forward to today, and Toyota is still the undisputed titan of hybrids. But here's the catch: the world is moving on. As regulations tighten and consumers demand zero-emission options, the market's shifted towards all-electric power, especially in the lucrative three-row SUV segment. Just look at the numbers. The North American electric SUV market alone is worth almost $33 billion in 2024, with analysts expecting it to grow by nearly 16% every year for a decade. Family-sized electric SUVs from Kia, Hyundai, Rivian, and yes, Tesla already crowd the market. These vehicles promise space, range, and tech. In fact, for thousands of soccer moms and dads, all-electric is no longer a fantasy. It's a practical, real-world choice. And yet, up to now, Toyota hasn't had a real answer. Sure, they've dabbled with the BZ4X and its Lexus cousin, but neither is truly a family hauler. Meanwhile, competitors have racked up years of experience and loyal fans with their electric three-row offerings. No surprise, then, that many industry watchers have wondered, is Toyota out of touch, or just biding its time? According to Gene Munster from Loop Ventures, Toyota's EV strategy reflects a long-term vision, prioritizing the brand's hallmark reliability and build quality over rapid market entry. In other words, maybe slow and steady actually wins the race. But time is running out. Toyota's upcoming move, the launch of not just one but two major three-row electric SUVs, is set to define its future. First, there's the as-yet unnamed mainstream Toyota model, tailored for the US and built in Kentucky. After years of teases and delays, it's now slated to hit production in 2026. Alongside it will be a luxury Lexus alternative, possibly called the TZ450E or TZ550E, with manufacturing in Japan to cater to a different set of buyers. What's at stake? The practical, emotional, and economic heart of the American car market. Families have always gravitated to whoever offers the safest bet. Enough space, affordable running costs, and the badge they trust. For Toyota, this isn't just about selling more cars. If they can crack the code of the electric three-row SUV, range, price, comfort, tech, and reliability, they could leapfrog the competition and become a leader in the new EV era, just as they did with hybrids 20 years ago. But there's no escaping reality. The competition is brutal, and the clock is ticking. While Toyota has been perfecting its plan, others have been racking up sales and building customer loyalty. Tesla's Model X and Rivian's R1S are already household names among tech-forward families. Hyundai and Kia have won accolades for their EV9 and Ioniq 7, delivering the space and range families demand, often at lower prices than legacy luxury brands. Meanwhile, the market is in turmoil. Tax credits for EVs are under threat, tariffs could send prices soaring, and the once unbreakable spell of Tesla is showing signs of cracking, with sliding sales and growing competition from Asia and Europe. So, what exactly makes Toyota's upcoming SUVs different? And could they actually shift the entire industry? Let's look under the hood. Toyota isn't just launching a new model, it's reimagining how electric vehicles are built and used. One of the most tantalizing promises, next-generation batteries. The company says it's investing billions into both traditional lithium-ion technologies and cutting-edge solid-state batteries. The latter could be a genuine game-changer. Imagine charging your massive family SUV in just 10 minutes and getting up to 600 miles of range. If it works, it might solve the range anxiety that plagues even the most enthusiastic EV adopters. Sam Abuelsamid, an expert at Guidehouse Insights, points out, solid-state batteries represent a transformative technology, potentially providing Toyota with a distinct competitive edge in the EV landscape. But he cautions, getting this tech out of the lab and onto highways at scale, that's another challenge entirely. Toyota is also betting big on manufacturing muscle. Its Kentucky plant, one of the largest auto factories in the world, is undergoing a multi-billion-dollar overhaul to produce these new EVs. Meanwhile, a new battery plant in North Carolina, backed by a staggering $13.9 billion investment, is just coming online. This facility aims to be the epicenter of lithium-ion battery production for North America, supporting not just EVs but plug-in hybrids and conventional hybrids too. Production efficiency is another secret weapon. Toyota's new EV production line reportedly slashes manufacturing time by more than half, which could help it stay price competitive, even as inflation and supply chain snags threaten profits industry-wide. Sandy Munro, one of the world's top manufacturing analysts, says, Toyota's streamlined EV manufacturing process holds substantial promise for significant cost reductions, enhancing competitiveness. And then, there's software. Toyota's new Arena operating system won't just power the entertainment and navigation. It promises seamless connectivity, over-the-air updates, and a user experience that could rival Tesla's vaunted interface. It's a bold departure for a company often seen as conservative on tech, and could finally bridge the gap between old-school reliability and new-school digital experience. Add steer-by-wire handling, and you've got a package built not only for comfort, but also for futuristic driving dynamics. Still, the road ahead is anything but smooth. The US version of Toyota's three-row EV, once slated for launch by 2025, has already been pushed back to 2026 due to design tweaks. In an industry where a single delay can cede millions to competitors, every month counts. The Lexus version, meanwhile, is in trademark limbo and may debut first in Japan or Europe, not America. Then there's the elephant in the room, price. Current competitors like the Kia EV9 and Hyundai Ioniq 5 start between $55,000 and $80,000. Toyota's new entrant is expected to slot somewhere above the BZ4X, which itself starts at over $37,000. For families, every dollar matters, and so do running costs, tax incentives, and real-world resale values. And with government subsidies on a knife edge and tariffs looming, what seems affordable today could be out of reach tomorrow. On the supply side, securing batteries is a high-stakes game of musical chairs. Toyota has shored up deals with Chinese battery giant CATL and partnered with US-based Redwood Materials for battery recycling. But global demand is set to explode. Will their investments be enough to avoid shortages and keep prices in check? And let's not forget consumer habits. Brand loyalty runs deep in the Toyota camp, but so do high expectations. Jessica Caldwell from Edmunds notes, the introduction of three-row EVs is pivotal for achieving mass adoption, directly addressing the practical needs of family buyers. If Toyota gets the formula wrong, by skimping on range, tech, design, or price, the market could move on without them. Yet the company's hybrid dominance can't be discounted. Over decades, Toyota has built a reputation for durability. Ivan Drury, another Edmunds analyst, believes Toyota's established brand loyalty provides a considerable advantage, enabling it to capture a noteworthy share of the burgeoning EV market. Meanwhile, the entire segment is at an inflection point. Auto-Pacific's forecasts show the U.S. market for family-sized three-row EVs could quadruple by 2029. That's millions of families, all seeking the same blend of space, range, value, tech, and peace of mind. The opportunity is massive, if Toyota can seize it. But everything depends on solving some truly tough problems. Bringing solid-state batteries from the lab to mass production is a Herculean task. Price wars with Chinese upstarts could squeeze profits. Shifting regulations threaten to upend business models overnight. And all the while, consumer expectations keep climbing. More range, faster charging, smarter features, lower costs. As we close out this first half, here's the big question. Will Toyota's careful, calculated push into the electric family SUV segment unlock a new era of domination? Or have they waited just a little too long, risking obscurity in a world they once led? With first deliveries not expected until 2026, the clock is ticking, the competition is fierce, and the entire industry is holding its breath. Because what Toyota does next could shake the EV market to its core. So, how close is Toyota to delivering on its electric SUV promise? What obstacles could derail its ambitions? And could their battery breakthroughs be the wild card everyone's been waiting for? Stay with us as we dive deeper into Toyota's high-stakes EV play, the technological race unfolding behind the scenes, and the seismic shifts about to hit the global automotive landscape. So where does that leave Toyota? And what does the future really hold for the brand as it finally dives into the electric family SUV race? Let's unravel the possible paths forward, their risks, and the unique opportunities hidden in the chaos. First, imagine a world where Toyota's patient, methodical approach pays off. By 2026, Toyota cracks the code on solid-state batteries. These next-generation power cells, developed in close partnership with industry leaders like Idemitsu and CATL, shatter the norm, charging in under 10 minutes, with staggering range. Think 500, maybe even 600 miles on a single charge. Suddenly, what seemed like a late entry becomes a strategic masterstroke. Jessica Caldwell from Edmunds puts it this way: three-row EVs are the linchpin for mass adoption. Toyota's ability to deliver reliability and practicality could be the tipping point for skeptical families. Picture the first families loading up their Toyota BZ5X, if that's the name, enjoying a quiet, breezy ride in a spacious lounge-like interior, everything digitally connected by Toyota's new Arene operating system. Range anxiety? Gone. Charging hassle? Forgotten. For buyers who've waited for trusted brands to make EVs as familiar as Camrys and Highlanders, this is the moment they finally click order. But let's not sugarcoat the obstacles. While Toyota refines and retools, rivals are not standing still. Kia, Hyundai, and even upstarts from China are storming the market, leveraging aggressive pricing, rapid innovation, and government support. Tesla, despite its current sales slump, is notorious for reinvention at breakneck speed. And the EV ecosystem itself is in flux. Tax credits are evaporating, tariffs are distorting costs, and the regulatory ground is shifting beneath automakers' feet. If Toyota's promised solid-state breakthrough stumbles, or if it arrives after a competitor has already deployed the technology at scale, the consequences could be severe. Ivan Drury from Edmunds cautions, brand loyalty is powerful, but only up to a point. If Toyota lags too far behind in charging speed, range, or affordability, even loyal families might jump ship. And then, there's the specter of disruption from unexpected fronts. What if a Chinese startup cracks the battery code first, or rivets the market with unbeatable pricing? Or if American buyers suddenly sour on big SUVs due to gas price swings or new urban policies? That's why Toyota's approach is more than just a technical race. It's a high-wire balancing act. The company is hedging its bets with a broad battery portfolio, prismatic, cylindrical, solid-state, and an arsenal of hybrid and plug-in hybrid models to fall back on. But let's consider a more optimistic twist. By ramping up local battery production, $13.9 billion invested in North Carolina alone, and cutting manufacturing time by over 50% with radical new production lines in Kentucky, Toyota creates a supply chain dominance few can match. As tariffs and supply chain bottlenecks upend competitors, Toyota's locally sourced batteries and flexible factories become its secret weapons. Sandy Munro, the famed auto industry analyst, recently remarked, "When Toyota finally scales its EVs, the world should watch out. Their cost discipline and process engineering are second to none. They might just out-Tesla Tesla." The upside is huge. Affordable, American-built, 7-seat EVs roll off the lines in Kentucky. Families, fleets, and even car rental giants snap up orders. Toyota locks in a fresh generation of brand loyalty, precisely because it delivers the one thing every parent and EV skeptic wants. No drama, bulletproof reliability, with game-changing tech perks like steer-by-wire and over-the-air updates. But let's flip the coin. If the market sours, say political winds shift, incentives vanish, or big SUVs fall out of favor, Toyota's massive manufacturing investments could turn from asset to liability. The EV transition is not a straight path, it's a maze. No automaker, even one as mighty as Toyota, is guaranteed victory. So what does this all mean for you, the viewer, the car buyer, the industry watcher? First, if you're thinking about your next family car, it's never been a more thrilling or more confusing time. The pace of change means today's benchmark might feel outdated in 18 months. Toyota's future three-row EVs promise big advances in usability, massive range, ultra-fast charging, and the sorts of digital conveniences that make road trips with kids just a bit less stressful. If you value long-term reliability and owning a car that feels built to last, Toyota's track record stands out, even as the brand stumbles into new territory. But if you crave bleeding-edge features or want to support pure EV pioneers, early adopters like Kia, Hyundai, or Tesla might scratch that itch sooner. Here's the practical takeaway. Don't rush. The next 2 to 3 years will unleash a tsunami of options. When Toyota hits the market with its all-electric family hauler, likely as the BZ5X in 2026, it's not just about catching up, but potentially leapfrogging rivals in reliability, cost, and user experience. For early adopters and investors, now's the time to watch Toyota's moves closely. The battery breakthroughs you read about today, like 10-minute solid-state charging, could be tomorrow's reality, or fizzle into vaporware. Keep an eye on announcements not just from Toyota, but also its battery suppliers and manufacturing partners. And remember, the first version of any new tech is rarely the last. The real sweet spot might be in the second or third year of a model run, once the bugs are ironed out and incentives are clearer. There's also a lesson here for any industry. Sometimes latecomers do win, if they innovate at the right moment, with the right technology. Toyota's legendary patience and commitment to quality are traits every business and consumer can learn from. But as the auto market shows, waiting too long can mean missing the train entirely. Now, as we draw the lines back together, let's answer the big question. Is Toyota's slow, careful strategy a masterstroke or a misstep? The truth? It's still an open contest. But Toyota's immense scale, deep pockets, and obsession with reliability give it every chance to capture the electric family SUV market, if, and only if, it delivers on its promises by 2026. The next 36 months will be make or break. A solid-state battery breakthrough, combined with cost-efficient American production and software that delights families, not frustrates them, would make Toyota not just a contender, but a new king of the electric road. But if rivals deliver comparable features and prices first, Toyota's legendary patience might turn into its Achilles heel. Here's a secret. Industry insiders know that Toyota's battery strategy is a hedge. By investing in prismatic, cylindrical, and solid-state cells, they're preparing for any outcome. The real edge may not be the battery itself, but Toyota's ability to pivot rapidly, scale up instantly, and out-manufacture the competition. That's a page right out of their Prius playbook, and it could change the game yet again. So, whether you're rooting for Toyota, cheering for Tesla, or just hoping for a family car that finally banishes range anxiety, buckle up. The race for the electric family SUV crown is far from over, and Toyota's next move might surprise us all. Thanks for watching. If you found this deep dive helpful, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. Will you wait for Toyota's three-row EV, or is the competition too far ahead? And if you want more insider